She came out of summer like a match against the dark. 3 weeks was not a lifetime, but it left a lifetime mark. I was young enough to promise what I barely understood, old enough to write forever like a boy believed he could. I gave her a ring, I gave her a poem in my hand, swore an undying kind of love only 18 understands. Then someone in a shadow came walking home again, and I learned how fast a doorway can become a wall back then. Exit 18, she was the road that found me twice. Once when I was young enough to mistake a wound for life. Exit 18, a light I couldn't claim, a door I never opened, but I still remembered her name. She came once to find me, sat waiting on the stairs, but the house kept all its silence, and I never knew she'd been there. Nearly 30 years went under, turning names to distant scars. Then she found me again through the silence, like a signal from old stars. She still had the poem, she still had the ring, like the boy I used to be had meant more than everything. And all the years between us folded small inside my hands. When she said she never lost me, I finally understood what lasts. Exit 18, she was the road that found me twice. Once when I was young enough to mistake a wound for life. Exit 18, a light I couldn't claim, a door I never opened, but I still remembered her I gave her the Star Over, an old book about the soul, how a life can slip its body and still remember where to go. I never knew if I believed it, but God, I wanted to. Somewhere past the ruined timing, somewhere love could still come through. And when years had made us strangers with too much left to say, she kept that door half open in a strange and tender way. There was a ticket with my name, a suitcase by the door, one more exit opening after I had sworn there'd be no more. But another woman loved me, and her tears were in the room, and I saw the man I'd have to be if I walked away too soon. I called her from the edge of leaving, with my past beside the door, said if I break one heart to reach you, how could yours trust mine anymore? Exit 18, she was the road that found me twice. Once when I was young enough to mistake a wound for life. Exit 18, I almost crossed that line, but love is not just wanting what still burns after all this time. seconds after, maybe heard it as goodbye. But I was trying not to build another love upon a lie. There are vows you don't take lightly, there are hearts you don't betray. And once you miss an exit, the number never stays the same. What once looked like exit 18 is now exit 48. And you can't return as the boy you were when you arrived too late. And I have loved her in the distance, not cleanly, not with pride. But some love stays unfinished and still refuses to die. Exit 18, she was the road that found me twice. Once when I was young enough to mistake a wound for life. Exit 18, a light beyond the glass, a younger man still reaching for a door already passed. No stolen home, no perfect ending, no way to make it right. Just two names still glowing softly on opposite sides of life. The last thing she told me came from the Star Rover's light. I'll find you in the next life.